Hello, hello. Thanks for the hearts that are flying. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How y'all doing tonight? For those of y'all who didn't know, I had posted earlier tonight. I had an interview over at Selena. I posted it on my community wall or my community post, whatever they call it nowadays. They be switching up everything every time you turn around, but yeah, I posted that I did an interview over there with her, just talking about the stages and the changes and stuff that you go through. Um, in this process. And I wanted to make sure that you all knew that you would hear me saying over there that it's hard for me as a person to hear people encourage me. Um, if you've never been in a position where you've been encouraged in life, somebody telling you good job, um, that's amazing. If you are a person that grew up not getting that, it can be very, very foreign to you. It doesn't mean that I dislike you all or I don't want you all to say encouraging things to me, because if you don't want somebody to say encouraging things to you, then what do you want them to say to you? You want them to say some bad things to you? It's just not something that I'm used to. And ain't that kind of crazy? It's like I'm the one to encourage people all the time, but I'm not a good receiver of encouragement. So just don't want my words to be taken out of context. I really do appreciate y'all, and I say what I mean, and I mean what I say whenever I say it to you all. But I did just do an interview over there, and I appreciate you all for going over and support that interview that I did over there. Um, Also, too, I wanted to talk a little bit about. I know I don't think I explained it that well this morning because I was just so overwhelmed. I just feel like everything that's happening in my life right now is so out of control that it does not even make sense. And so for me, I feel like as I'm going along these days, I got this amount of time to do this right here, and I got this amount of time to get this done right here. And it seemed like everything is working, and like I done submitted to something that I don't even really want to do. Um, Not because I feel like I ain't supposed to do it. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to feel it. I don't know what want to know what it's like, but it's a part of the process if I want to do the chemotherapy. So I had already came to the conclusion in my mind that okay, on Thursday you're gonna have this port put in. And so I had my heart set on Thursday, only to get a phone call first thing this morning saying that they want to put the port in tomorrow morning. So where to somebody else it may seem like that's not a big deal. And to me it is a big deal because there is a list of things that I wanted to have done that I thought I had time enough to do, only to find out that no, you don't have time. You don't have time to do anything. And then too, not that I feel like I have to explain it away or whatever, but I said along this process that I was going to take you all with me. Some people just ain't going to show everything that they go through with the ups and downs of this battle that I'm in right now. And but I'm gonna be one of them that whatever I feel like I'm gonna show to you all. That's what I'm gonna do. So in the morning, this is one more thing that's been thrown out of control. Is now I can't finish some of the things that I said I wanted to finish out in my garden. I can't spend all of the time and stuff that I set aside, that I said that I wanted to do things with my kids and all this type of stuff right here. Um, so it just is what it is. I feel better at this moment, but just when it hit me this morning, it was just like I just cannot even believe that this is one more thing that's happening. So I feel like the more like I feel like I'm losing control, like the more irritated I get um, with this whole process. And I got a long way to go to be irritated right now. But in the moment, I just all I can give you is what is what I got going on and how I feel about the situation. So, um, hey Chris, how you doing? I'm listening in and praying for you. Thank you for your transparency. I'm going to try and stay very, very transparent in this. I'm gonna let y'all know my frustrations. I might say some things sometimes that you ever anybody ever been in labor or like your finger or something get smashed or something, and sometimes you have a reaction that you don't necessarily mean to have, and you sorry about it later. I may say some things that I apologize for. I may say some things because I'm angry in the moment. I may say some things about myself that you all don't like that I say, or any of those things. It's just I'm human. I'm gonna go through ups and downs through this thing, and I ain't never been here before, so I'm like a preschooler right now. I'm like a preschooler right now. I have no idea. I've been thrown into some. It's just like when you the first day when you take your kid to school or something like that, and your kid done been with you all this time, and now it's time for them to go to preschool or something. Them kids gonna be throwing a fit up in that place until they figure out, oh, this the party house right here where I come to chill with all of my friends, and then they be like, bye, child, when you go and drop them off. Well, right now I'm in the stage of I'm kicking and screaming, and there's nothing about this process, um, absolutely nothing about this process that I like, not at all. So that's how I feel. And as I feel like I graduate up to the next step, then I'll be letting y'all know, and I think too in this process, there gonna be some days that you feel like you superwoman, and then there's gonna be other days you gonna feel like you ain't shit. That's just how I feel like this process is gonna go. Cause it feel like one minute I done came down off of that thing where I'm crying because I don't want to be in this process or whatever. I'm over that part. Now I know I'm in it. It ain't going nowhere right now or whatever. It's a part of my process. It's something that I have to go through. I done accepted that. But then there's gonna be parts that come up that I ain't gonna want to accept it. I ain't gonna want to hear it. None of that kind of stuff. And when I get there, y'all gonna know. Oh, she in one of those places right now. So, um, yeah, it's just a lot going on. And then another thing is, I know I said that I was gonna come back and we was gonna do strawberries tonight. Hey, T. Sherelle. I ain't seen you in a couple of days. I think of being. How you been doing? And Chris, how was your day today? I really thank you for the prayers and everything. And that's one of the things that I talked about over there in the interview that I did. It's like it's really hard for me to, and I think I already done said this. It's really hard for me to accept the the encouragement. It feels weird to me. for people to keep encouraging me and stuff all the time. So, and I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better with that. At it's just something that I didn't grow up. I didn't grow up with that. Well, that's good. But the other thing that I said that I was gonna talk with y'all tonight was about the strawberries. Last night we did the strawberries where we put. I'm gonna work on that. I get Chris. I'm good at giving everybody else grace, but I give myself zero, and that's just who I am. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that I give everybody else grace. I got so much grace for everybody else, but I never knew that you have to give yourself grace sometimes. And so that's something that's in this process that I'm gonna have to be working on while I'm in it. Um, I was on last night. I just listened. I didn't say much. Okay, T Sherelle, that's fine too. I ain't. I just ain't. I just haven't seen you in here, so that's fine. It's always fine to be in the bushes. That's just fine because I know anybody coming here acting up. I know you're gonna get them there too. I know. I feel that. Yeah. Hey, growing with Hudson. How are you today? So here's our strawberries, right? And mine, I like them to be dry just a little bit more. So I think usually when I do it, it be like summertime. But see this one right here, this one is more like the dryness like I like it to be, but it ain't completely dry. These two right here is what I kind of like them look like. This still kind of got like some fleshiness to it or whatever. So I actually wanted to let them dry just a little bit more and stick to the paper because what should happen and to make it easy for you is this is going to be really, really dry, almost like hard. So I'm kind of letting you know that what it's going to be like. This will turn like hard crispy, right? So much so that when you touch the strawberry seeds, you can feel the texture of the strawberry seed. If you ever use like a facial scrub or anything like that, these seeds are going to kind of feel like a facial scrub, right? But you would take this paper towel and you would sit it over the top of whatever soil or whatever you're going to put it into, and you just going to rub the top of it, and it's going to rub the seeds off of it, and it'll leave the flesh of the strawberry stuck to this paper, which you will no longer need, and then you will just discard this. But we're going to keep going through it. But what's going to happen with me is because, see, I thought I had a few days to do this whole strawberry thing with you all. Um yeah, that's it. That's a process. Um which means I'm not going to miss you all tomorrow cuz I'm still going to come on here tomorrow just to show as I got breath in my body. I'm still going to come on here tomorrow, right? But we may skip over the strawberries tomorrow, which it doesn't matter. The only thing what we doing right now is we making sure we got our strawberry. You get you some strawberries from the store or whatever, and we doing the drying out process. As long as they dry out and we able to scrub the seeds off of them, um, that's all we worried about. You can leave them strawberries peeled on that piece of paper for a month if you want to. The seeds is still gonna be there as long as you ain't got nobody rubbing up against them and rubbing them all over the floor, because once you start rubbing them then the seeds will fall off anywhere. But as long as you got your strawberry laid out on that paper, then when we come back, because we're definitely going to get back to the process, I need something to do while I'm going through this process besides just talking to y'all about this whole process that I'm going through. I am going to talk about this process, but I don't need it to be my thing that I talk about every single time that I come on here. I have to, we have to grow some things. We got to pick some that we going to get together and grow together some kind of way so everybody can enjoy growing this. And then while we trying to grow this stuff right here, we all be growing in other ways together. So yeah, get your strawberry and peel you one. Y'all that make y'all smoothies and stuff like that. Think about what it would mean if your strawberries, listen, I know there's a lot of people that's into this whole strawberry and smoothie kick and everything. You get up every day and you blending up strawberries and pineapples. I know that's part of almost everybody's smoothie. Where y'all smoothie peoples at? I know that y'all be drinking these smoothies, right? Now, wouldn't it be amazing if you can go out there and you can grow your own strawberries and pineapples from the pineapples and strawberries that you already going to the store and buy? The only difference is now you don't have to go and pay for them anymore. This, if you buy a pineapple from the store, you can stick that pineapple back into the ground and grow it back again your own self. Be one less pineapple that you have to go and buy from the store. And guess what? Y'all that buy the frozen ones out of the frozen section, you can take your pineapple that you grow in your garden, and you can cut it up and freeze it in your freezer and use it as you go along. But what is the sense in going and buy what those people buy? And do you know the only thing you get when they get those strawberries and stuff like that, you getting the ones that probably they had a little soft spot here on them. They done took them and throw them in there and froze them, or they done held on to them for a little bit longer. You don't know what the process is, but you can take and buy you one thing of fresh strawberries, peel one of them, and then start to grow your own, and then you can harvest your own strawberries that you know what hell they done been through or what hell they haven't been through. You will know what you put into your own strawberries, and it'll make you feel that much better that you not only are you on your smoothie kick, but you grew your smoothie your own self. You can grow all of those things. And even let's take it up the next step. If you want bananas, find somebody, I told you, but that got a banana tree in their yard. A person that got a banana tree in their yard probably got more banana trees than they possibly need. You only need what, one adult one, and then probably two or three of the new babies that's coming up on the side. Man, ask somebody, can you get one of those little pups from off of the side of their banana tree, and put it in a place that always have water in that spot, or say like you got your air condition drip water from out of it somewhere in the yard. Put your banana tree in that area so it can absorb all the water from that. Utilize. You already paying for the air condition bill. It drip the water down there and let your plant utilize that little section right there, and let your banana tree thrive, and then you'll be growing your own bananas in that way, and then grow your own smoothie stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can absolutely grow all of the stuff that you put inside of your smoothies, the ones that like the fruit smoothies. Well, put spinach and stuff like that in there too. You can grow that stuff, but you need seed. You need seed to do that. But this is a great start, very easy. And I'm just only talking about the smoothies because I know a lot of people buy strawberries to put into their smoothie. Just take one of the strawberries and peel it and put the rest of the strawberry into the blender and go ahead and blend it up, and you can start your own strawberries by just doing that. So we already done did the first part of the process. We just waiting on these strawberry seeds to dry up, because tomorrow morning I'm going to have the surgery for them to place my port in the morning. And I don't know how long that's going to take. It's supposed to be an outpatient situation, but I've been known to do an outpatient situation, and it ended up being, hey, Selena, thank you very much for coming through. I've been known to go in as a outpatient. Hey, Miss Parker. As an outpatient, and then don't necessarily come out because I have a hard time coming from up under the anesthesia. So, and I don't know if that's going to happen this time. And well, just know whatever happens, y'all gonna know about what happens too. But I'm saying this to you all because I'm not going to immediately come back home on that day. I probably don't make it back home until the next day, so I won't be in the same place as these strawberries. So I'm just telling you all, just because I don't come on here and do the strawberry thing tomorrow, still hold on to your strawberries, because I really hope there is somebody on here going through this process with me to do the strawberries, because this ain't the first time. This not the first time that I done taught this right here of growing the strawberries. It is very easy, and it ain't a whole lot that you got to do, but you know, let it be exciting that you starting it. It's such a pretty. The leaves on it are so pretty when they first start out growing, and then it get even better once it start to get the look. Once it start to grow your little fruit on there and stuff. And guess what? Once you plant some and they keep going, they just make more and more plants. So they just keep adding and adding and adding on as they go. So do you need fertilizer? You will need fertilizer, but not in the beginning. And let me tell you something. Okay, there's a lot of people who ask me about the fertilizer. So we done talked about all of the disgusting fertilizers, like you can use your own human excrements and stuff like that to make your fertilizer. That's the one nobody wants to hear about. Nobody wants to hear about my chicken poop that I use to fertilize everything with. um they hate the sound of all of that stuff right there. But let me tell you something that's even easier thing that you can make fertilizer with, right? What you say? Oh heck no, Chris. Let me tell you another thing that's really easy. You got grass that grow outside. You cut your grass. You can go out and pick the grass up from off of the ground. You can decide to put it in a bucket. It doesn't have to be a 5 gallon bucket. It can be a smaller bucket. You can use a gallon jug or whatever. Pick the grass up and put it inside of the jug. Put some water in the jug with the grass. Put a decent amount of grass inside of the jug. Fill it up with water and just let it sit there for a couple of days. The green grass turns into fertilizer once it's set in. But let me tell you something. Okay, two, something else you can use. So like y'all see I grow collard greens and stuff like that. I can break collard greens from off of my thing. Anything that grows green like that can turn into nitrogen. Strawberries love nitrogen. So I can take a couple of the leaves off of my collard green plants and I can fold them up and put them inside of a gallon jug, and then I can put water in it. Do you know how like when you say you cook collard greens, if you had collard greens and some of them set in a bowl on the counter, y'all ever smelt that smell that they put off and it be stank? Or like cabbage that get old or something like that and they put off a stench or something like that? Well, I'm here to tell you it doesn't matter what kind of fertilizer you use, all of it stink. So I'm telling y'all, just as simple as you can make your own fertilizer with grass, leaves, stuff that's green, that's out in your yard, is a natural source of nitrogen. It just has to be green and soaked in water, and you can use it to fertilize your plants. You can do that over and over again, and you can water your strawberries with that once a week, and they would absolutely love that. So some people just rather go and do it, just rather go and buy the stuff or whatever. But I already told y'all I be into using whatever I find around here that be free. That's what I want to use. I want to use what be free. And so I got a lot of free options around here. Now sometimes I get a little frustrated, and I'm human still. So sometimes there is a time that I will go to the store and I will spend money to buy something. So say for instance, like the time that I told y'all that I was stuck and I felt like my garden wasn't growing. Well, I went out and I bought fertilizer because whatever else I wasn't having, but I guess that's a part of the process that I'm in right now. You want what you want to work for you, and you're required to use something different this time. And I was refusing to do something different. I wanted to keep doing the same thing that I've been doing because it's been working for me. And sometimes change is a very good thing, and sometimes I can be stubborn in those ways. And so when I did switch it up, I started to see that everything in my garden started to grow. Thank you for that. You're welcome. You mixed it with the soil. You mix it with the soil. No, because once you put the grass and the water together, you just you don't want to pour it on you don't want to pour it on the leaves of it now. You don't want to do that because nitrogen can burn up any of your plants. That's one thing to remember. So what you want to do is you want to pour it onto the soil just like you watering it. And you don't need to use the whole jug. You're just putting the best thing is to do is to water the strawberry plant first and then pour some of the nitrogen onto it. And you're gonna know when your strawberry plant, any plant that you growing, when it's lacking nitrogen, it starts to get the color in it starts to go away. It starts to turn like yellow. The leaves start to get real light. Like my greens right now, they're very green. If they start to turn like a light color, that means they lacking in nitrogen somewhere along the line. So you can water the soil really good, get the soil nice and moist, and then you can take your gallon of fertilizer or your bucket of fertilizer. You can get your little dipstick that's able to dip something out of there, and you can be able to pour it on the plant or whatever. And you just kind of water. You putting it on the root of the plant, and once it get like a boost of the nitrogen, like your plants can be the happiest plants ever. um Pouring that onto, but two, as we go along in this process, any questions that you have, I don't care what live I'm having and whatever I'm talking about. Anybody listen, even if I'm over here crying, boo-hoo crying, hey Miss Kim, if I'm over if I'm over here boo-hoo crying about something, ask me something about the garden. I'll stop. I'm so serious. I'm gonna go back and read it, and I'm going to answer your questions of growing in the garden because that's one of my passions for people to grow in the garden. It's like you just won't know what growing in the garden does for you. Hey, pretty brown. How you doing, girl? Yeah, I'm so serious when I say that. And a lot of people over here know, like, I have a passion for growing. Any questions that somebody got growing by, I don't care if you think it's a stupid question or any of that stuff. I'm telling you, I'm willing to answer any stupid questions that you think is a stupid question that got something to do with growing something in the garden. If I don't know, we over here will work together. We got my girl growing with Hudson over here. She's a grower too. So we have Miss Yo Thoughts be over here sometimes. She's a grower. We got so many people, and what I don't know, there's a lot of things that I don't know. Girl, grow my hair, please. Miss Kim, I gotta get into that. I don't know. Hey, I might be able to teach you something about it now, because the doctors say I'm getting ready to lose my hair. So we might get into it now. So, I don't know. You never know. I told y'all over here, life is like a box of chocolate. You don't never know what you're gonna get. So we might get into that. Growing some hair over here. So just hang on in there, girl. We might be learning some tips together. I don't know. Let's see how it go. um did I ever plant watermelon? I didn't plant them yet. I didn't plant watermelon yet. I got my stuff ready now. And that's another, thank you, Pretty Brown, for reminding me of that. That's another thing probably some of y'all put into y'all smoothies or whatever. Buy you a watermelon from like off the side of the road or whatever like that. Especially y'all ones that's in Georgia and stuff like that. If you can get you a watermelon that got seeds in it or whatever, don't just throw the seeds in the garbage can. Go and throw them out there on the ground somewhere where you don't really walk around it, and let them vines run along. You do know you can get you some watermelon like that. And the same that I told you, you can fertilize your watermelon, because that's something that loves nitrogen too. That's mostly what a watermelon begs for while it's growing. That jug of grass and water that I just told y'all about. Plant them watermelon seeds and watch it'll grow you some more watermelon. So yeah, that's something else that you can grow your own self. I'm talking about all the things that you can get from the grocery store and you can buy them. You already got access to the seed already. You already done paid an arm and a leg for it. What you gonna get? If you pay $10, $11 for one watermelon, why not go on and grow your own? So next year when it come around, you can have you about 10 or 11 watermelon that you ain't gotta buy from nobody else, and you grow it your own self, which means it's gonna be way better than the one that you bought from somebody else or out of somebody else's store. Because guess what? They don't get to get ripe on the vine. They have to pull them off the vine early enough so they can send them to you where they still be right, or they don't get rotten or whatever. So they got to pull them way early, but you get to get vine ripe. You ever see it in the store? If you buy a vine ripe tomato, that mean they just picked it off of the thing and it was red when they picked it off of there and bought it to you, possibly. They could be lying to you. It just made sure it's red before it got to you. But vine ripe is when you let it stay on there and you let it get all the nutrition and stuff from it growing on the thing until it's time for you to pick it and eat it. That's the best kind of eating. Shauna had hair down her butt. Yeah, I did have hair down to my butt until I had an idea to cut it all off. To cut it all off at one time. Yes, I absolutely did, and then whacked it all off. And then at one point I was just like, oh, I should have kept my hair, and then I was fine with it. And then I went through a whole nother phase of where I just wanted to be bald headed. No hair. Then I started back letting it grow, and now I'm into it. I like head wraps or whatever. So um they done already gave me a prescription to get me a wig already. To get me a free wig from the website or whatever. And I said, child, please, I may not even get that wig. But I may not even use it. But then everybody was like, girl, get that wig. So I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get the wig. I just gotta sit down and like take the time to go ahead and get it. But I like my head wraps or whatever. But somebody say you never know when your hair might grow back. You might get tired one day and you might want to go somewhere and then throw the wig on. So I'm gonna get my free wig. It's free. Rosemary is good for your hair. Up, see that go growing with Hudson with her medicinal things. Rosemary. Now I might got to get me some rosemary. Then what you got? What you do with it? What you do with it growing with Hudson? What is one of the things that you should do it? She just cut it. I sure did for no reason. That hair got long enough it could touch the toilet stool and I ain't got it pent up. That was a good enough reason to cut it off right though. Yes. And then too, it was a danger for the job that I was doing. They didn't advise that you have hair that long and you driving people around in the backyard. That's the first one of the first things that they can use as a, a defense mechanism against you. If your hair is loose, they can grab, and your hair is being that long, they can grab you by the hair and hold you like no tomorrow, just by your hair. So, you know, I loved when my hair was that long like that, but then I just got tired of it one day. I actually said that that's what I was supposed to been doing. I was gonna dread my hair back up again, but the process ain't never happened, so it's all good. One day we might get back there. Um, Good night, beautiful, and everyone. Good night to you, Selena. And again, thank you very much. I told y'all I did an interview over there with Selena tonight. So y'all go through and give Selena and I a view over there on that interview. She just asked. We did an interview about this new process that I'm in and everything. Questions that I haven't had somebody pull out of me yet, and I'm willing to answer the questions, because sometimes I don't even be thinking about stuff like how I feel about different things. I just stay inside of my head a lot of the times. And so I'm thankful that, she had me over to ask me some of those questions and gave me some things to think about while I'm going through this process. So y'all go over and check it out. We just finished doing that live just not too long ago. Natural Queen. Where do you live? Is there somebody in here named Natural Queen? Or are you talking? He talking to me. I'm in Orlando, girl. Girl, girl, 38 Rock. If you talking to me, I do believe. But welcome in, welcome in. Put the rosemary in a carrier oil like olive oil, jojoba, jojoba oil, and let it sit for about 8 weeks, and then use it. Screenshot. There it is. Thank you for that, growing with Hudson. Y'all see that, Jim? Y'all better catch it. Screenshot that, y'all. Y'all having issues with y'all hair. Growing with Hudson just gave you a remedy for it. Hello, everyone. Yes, rosemary oil is great. Even rosemary water. Love you, Tashanna. Love you back, Tammy. How you doing today, Miss Kim? Thanks for letting the info, ladies. That's why we all into sharing over here. Anything that we can share with each other that help get each other, to some new places and everything. Yes, please share it, especially if you done is you jojoba oil is jojoba. Child, pretty brown. I ain't gonna. You gonna have to tell me that. You gonna have to call me on the phone and tell me how to say that. Tell me how to say that. I mess it right on up. I already be telling people. I'm sorry if I mess your name up. I ain't do it intentionally. I get it right after a while. Sorry. Charge it to my head and not my heart. But anything that come up on the list next that somebody want to learn how to make, let me know. I mean, anybody want to learn how to grow that you never have, and it's something that you get from the grocery store, and you will be amazed at the things that you go over and buy out the fresh section. um where you get your apples and your fruit and all of that stuff from. You will be amazed at how many things is over there in that section that you can regrow. I have living proof of it. I have a lot of those things growing right now in my yard that I have shown and I will show you over again. That's in my yard. Um, and let me tell you something else I thought about too. I told y'all that I'm probably gonna have about 4,000 mangoes this year. I probably can't send because it say that you can't mail the mangoes and stuff in the mailbox. You can't use the US mail. I don't know if like you can use places like FedEx and stuff like that. You probably can. But they didn't say that I can't send the seeds out. So I was thinking like if somebody wanted to try um and grow a mango seed, that I wouldn't have a problem with drying out mango seeds and then sending them out. Of course, you would have to pay for your own shipping or whatever like that, but I don't mind sending. I wouldn't even charge you for a mango seed. I would just have them in abundance, and anybody who wanted some or whatever, I'd send them out to you. You just had to pay for your own shipping. Just ask growing with us, and we done did business together. Yeah, just if you want the seeds, just as sure as we have them, because we eat a lot of our mangoes and stuff, and I sure am gonna do my fair share of them, and all I'll do is just sit them on a little tray and let them dry out, and then send them out to people as they want to. But anybody interested in learning how to grow any of this stuff, I mean, so much of this stuff is so easy. I got apple trees, um, lemon trees, pomegranate trees, peach tree, about 6 different kinds of mangoes, star fruit, banana, pineapples, strawberries. I got a soursop tree, but I didn't plant. I didn't. I got that from. I got that as a gift. Somebody bought that tree for me. But it's so many things that's over there. Your cucumbers got seeds in them. Your bell peppers have seeds. I have bell peppers. You can regrow onions from out in the garden. Anything. You got you a little space out on your porch. All you need is a little line. Get you some pretty little flower pots and line them up in a line. And a lot of this stuff that like you can just grow your own self. There's little pretty stands and stuff that you can build for yourself that look like little stairs, and you can have little rows of plants in them. And it's so easy. Y'all can see I build a lot of this stuff myself. I'm even willing to show you how to do those things. I actually have videos up that's showing people how to do those things and everything. So I'm just interested in people learning how to grow and not making no excuses for well, I can't grow nothing. I kill everything that I'm trying to grow. No, I, I don't got no green fingers for real in real life. um, it's just that when you try to grow something, you just don't ask questions, or you just be like, I don't have time for it right now. But let me tell you something. All you got to do is plant that one seed, and it start to grow. What they say, all it takes is a mustard seed. Just a mustard seed. And you can get you something going now. Hey, grower husband. I'm about that natural stuff. I know that's right. Yes, that's where it is, Tammy. I need to make a comfrey salve for some people at work for pain. Oh, I need that. Okra. Miss Kim, you wanna know how to do okra? Let me know. Let me know now, cause it's about time for me to It's I got some okra plants out there that they went down during the cold time, but they look like they trying to pop back out right now. So I ain't even mess with them. But I got about 1,000 plus okra seeds right now. So that ain't nothing but a thing. If you want to learn how to do some okra, then that's another thing that's very easy, man. If you see the okra plant, oh my gosh, when they bloom, have the prettiest blooms on them. They are so pretty. So pretty. I actually like them as hedges. Like I could use an okra plant as like a hedge cuz they are so pretty when they bloom. Just it's a beautiful plant to go out and look at. Just the yeah, I'm telling you. I got a picture of one on my community wall. Yes, growing with Hudson. Do you have a website or do you just make stuff from home? I need to up pot my seedlings. Yeah, growing with Hudson. That's what I be trying not to do that right now at this time because that be when you have to up pot this stuff. And I suggest that everybody learn how to up pot because it is a part of growing, and that's how I started out. But then I just got to a point now I just like to put everything where it's gonna be at and let it. But some things you just be wanting the baby that's inside of the house. It be your little baby. So you be growing inside and outside. So when you go home, I remember it used to be a time when I go out and stay in the garden all day, and then I got a garden on the inside of the house that I'm working on all throughout the night. Be up 2 o'clock in the morning, babysitting plants, transplanting plants, and doing this and doing that. It can be so addictive sometimes, but what a great addiction to have when you just growing stuff and your hands are actually making things grow. um I love okra and had it dried out so good and crunchy. You know what I want to do is what I haven't done with my okras yet. I love pickle okra. Anybody eat pickle okra? Whew, I love them, especially the Texas. Is it Texas Pete ones? I don't know what the other. It's Texas something, but they have them in the jar. Man, I love pickle okra. I want to make my own. One of these days, I'm gonna do it. Ooh, yes, goodness. I just make stuff, Tammy. Okra is so good. Yeah. Now, let me tell you something. I don't like okra when it have the slime effect. Ugh, I can't do it. I can't do it. It got to be crunchy. I can eat it in anything as long as when I pick it up, it don't got no slime that come behind. I'm good with it as long as it don't do that. When it start doing all that right there, that is not my kind of. That's not my kind of okra. So if you want to do okra, Miss Kim, we can definitely do that. I can plant. I can stand to have some more okra. What I will do is I'll probably start one on the inside just so we can see what it do together. And once it start growing on the inside, then I'll take the pot and sit it outside and probably end up potting it just so we see what it do together. You never grow okra before, Miss Kim? Okay, Grandma Hudson, I'll make stuff just for me, but it works. Um, hey RJ, can I grow it in the house? Um, I think you can grow it in the house. I've tried it before, and see, the grow light stuff is like a thing that I ain't developed that patience for. Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't developed the patience of using the grow light constantly in the house, because let me tell you something, when you're doing the grow light, you kind of have to have, like, it's kind of like an imitation sun, right? But just like your plants need the UV rays, they also need the wind, right? So when stuff is growing on the outside, you don't pay that much attention to it, but the wind that's outside is constantly like shaking your plant. So me and the grow lights and the fan and all of that stuff together, uh, be getting on my nerve. So it's only so long that I can do the thing on the inside, because it needs good sunlight. So I'm thinking, like, if you got a room that it's gonna get a lot of sunlight through the window, and plus a okra plant needs a certain amount of heat for it to grow, because it can't. I think what its problem is, and it doesn't allow it to absorb the nutrients out of the soil when it's not the right temperature. So you can try it, Miss Kim, and then we can all learn together, unless somebody else done tried it before. But I be all for that, because if you got, I mean, because what can you do? Plant more than plant like four of them, right? Do two inside and then do two outside. It's not a whole lot of stuff that you have to do to it. And me, on the real, I think that you can just go and, once it warm up in your area or whatever, if you getting snow or something right now, go stick your two seeds down in the ground where nobody's gonna run it over. Put you a marker there to realize that you do. So once it do start coming up, and just let it grow. Watch it and see what it do. Sometimes you can put an okra seed down in the ground and you ain't got to do nothing to it, because I know if you got one okra seed, you got about 15, 20 of them, because one okra one okra got a whole bunch of a whole bunch of seeds inside of it. Sometimes one okra have like 50 in it. I've have okra seeds from last year. I love to plant anything. Yeah, I got okra seeds from last year and the year before. I got a whole bunch of okra seeds. So me myself, I be going around the yard and I be sprinkling them. I sprinkle them everywhere. RJ, you hear the rain? Let me tell you something. When what happened to me this morning, I wanted to run outside to the garden, but the rain did not permit me to. It has been raining ever since 5 a.m. this morning, and it hasn't stopped, not one time. So yes, it is raining, and I actually love that sound. That's probably why I'm yarning right now tonight. Because I keep hearing that rain hit the top of this roof, and it sounds so good. So it is absolutely raining. Um, yes. We're still in the 30s, but I still want to get ahead. Right. And I understand that if you want to get ahead and extend your growing season, when you live in a place that gets cold like that, you do start your things on the inside. I'm here in Florida where it just you can grow anything almost all year round here because we don't really get no cold like that. I ain't covered up now one of my plants outside and all of them still looking like it's springtime over here. I still want to get ahead. Tashanna, you have the perfect weather. I like pickled okra. Man, I love pickled okra. Love it, love it, love it. Um Me, I love the hot ones. Okay, then it is Texas Pete. That's what I'm talking about. Let me tell you something. I ain't too crazy about the hot ones, but if I see somebody and they got some and they say hot on them, I'm still gonna eat it. It wouldn't be the ones that I pick, but I still eat that one right there. I just get the mild ones and eat them. I like okra always. LOL. Like okay, water is good for women. Okra water is good for women as well. I heard that too. Somebody was one of my sisters was telling me about aloe water, and I was like, that is not for me. So she been in the habit of going to the store buying stuff and then bringing to me on a little one of them little the little Chinese spoon that they had, the little ceramic like spoon or whatever. I'm like, oh Lord, here she come with this dang on spoon, want me to try some again. Well, this time she actually had strawberry aloe water, and it was actually good. It was actually good. I like that. But let me tell you something. What I don't like, you can keep them little chunks of aloe. I don't need none of that right there. Like my lips be like a strainer, sucking the he's sucking the thing through there. I don't like nothing that make me feel like I don't swallow the fly down my throat. Mm-mm. I don't need that. But strawberry aloe water is good. Do you freeze some of your okra harvest? I have froze some of my okra a couple times. But in my experience, my okra usually don't make it past nowhere but in the house and immediately cut up and it go into the frying pan immediately. My children love fried okra. So I remember was it last year? Last year, every time I ain't have now tomato. I had one tomato last year that my kids let get red, and it's only because their brother asked them, can one of the tomatoes get red? Because when they would come home from school, they went even straight to the garden and straight to the okra, grab them some okra from off and then take it in the house and season it up and batter it up and fry it up, and that's what they wanted to eat every day when they came home from school. So and my husband was the only one that thought, let me get some of these okra and freeze them up so we can have some when the season is gone. That's how I be. Of course you do. Kefir milk is not for. Ooh, did you see me, RJ? I tasted some of that. My sister, she introduced me to the kefir milk. It's got a. I like tart stuff, and it kind of kefir milk kind of got like a. It got like a tart something behind it, but I just I can't get down with that. Just even thinking about the thickness of it going down my throat is so disgusting. Just like I know I showed a picture of me doing that for breakfast one morning. I think it took me a half an hour to drink that cup. I made it look good though. I made it look good. I know I did. It took me a half an hour to drink that cup of kefir milk. Man, that junk is it's just thick. I was like trying to figure it out. Anyway, yeah. And let me tell you, I bought every single flavor of it, and none of it don't. It don't really got a lot of that fruit flavor that it says that it has in it. It don't have a whole bunch of it. It got a little hint of it, but it don't have that much. But It's supposed to be good for you. It got the probiotics in it. So, but no, uh, it ain't something that I'll be running to either. RJ, okra water is really really healthy. Um, I must say that one was pretty good. Surprisingly, I didn't think it was gonna be good, but um, I think what I would utilize though is I would utilize me a strainer and strain out the as I pour it into a cup for myself. I would use a little strainer to catch all the little particles of the aloe. Now I don't know if I would try just a regular old plain aloe by itself. No, but the strawberry one I can definitely get down with that one right there. But I don't know about that other stuff. I don't know nothing about that. It ain't it ain't pleasant. Yes, LOL. Me too. Y'all have a great night. You too, growing with Hudson. Thank you again for coming through with your knowledge and throwing some gems on the people. That's what we like to do over here. Giving them something that they can work with and feel. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But you all, I appreciate you all for coming through. And like I said, our strawberries aren't dry quite yet like I like them to be. And so I don't want to play around with them and try and roll them off and then they don't come off of there like I want them to, because I want to utilize all of them to give us a better growing situation. And so it's probably going to not be, well, I know it's not going to be tomorrow. I will see you all tomorrow, but once I have surgery tomorrow, I will not be back home until probably Wednesday. And so we'll get back to the strawberries by Wednesday because they'll definitely be dried out by then. So if you started your strawberry process, then just leave them on the napkin, put them in a place where ain't nobody gonna be touching on them, so they roll the seeds off of them. And we'll get back to that Wednesday night. We'll continue our strawberry growing process, and then the next thing after that, then we gonna hey, get your big ass up. Hey Gamma, how you doing? Y'all know Gamma got two names over here. You got your strawberries today? Okay then, so I just finished telling them that because mine aren't dry as I would like them to be, we're gonna continue the process and let them go. So if you want to, if tonight you want to go ahead and peel your strawberries and put them down on your paper, then go ahead, because we're not gonna continue it tomorrow because they pushed my date up to have my port put in. So tomorrow I'm having the port put in, and then it'll be probably Wednesday night that we'll get back to the strawberries. But if it ain't Wednesday night, it will be Thursday night. One of those days, we'll get back into it, and then I'll just see how it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do just yet for Friday after chemo or whatever, how I'm gonna feel or whatever. But whatever it is, y'all know I'm bringing y'all along with it. But I'm just saying to y'all, don't put your strawberries on your thing and just hold on to it until we get to the process. There's nothing gonna happen to it. You just preserving your seeds, getting them prepared to go ahead and plant them. And we gonna definitely get that done. So just hold on to your seeds, and that's all you got to do. We'll be back. We gonna keep the process going, and then in the process, according to how I feel, we might go ahead and start the okra. And the okra is very 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 easy, very easy. If you know somewhere, like you can go to your local feed store or your Home Depot and stuff like that. They have okra seeds. If you want to do the okra thing with us, it's a very simple process and everything. And Gamma, I was also telling them that on here earlier that there's other ways that you can make fertilizer besides the ways that I've been telling you to make fertilizer, that you've been declining all of those situations. But there's other ways. Just rewind back and check it out and see. Yes, take care of you. I am going to. We can wait. Hang in there. Keep praying. Do you know? Do you know why we pray? Um, tell me. Tell me. RJ. Thank God. Can I grow okra inside? Gamma, that's another one that we just finished talking about. That I said that it's a process that I started trying to do the okra on the inside, but I said one of the things too is what you have with a grow light is, say, one of those little fans, the little oscillating fans that can turn from side to side like a small one. If you're gonna grow inside, then um you're also going to need a little fan to simulate like outside. Like, you probably don't notice, but when your plants are outside, the wind is blowing them constantly, like keeping them moving. It helps them get strong. It helps them get air onto them and stuff like that. So that's gonna be one of the steps that you're gonna need also, along with your grow light. But it's something that you can try, but I know for sure is like one of the things that an okra plant needs. It needs a certain temperature. It needs a certain amount of heat for it to absorb things that are in the soil. So um but again, it can be a learning process that we all can look up together, and we can try it. There's somebody else on here wanting to know, can they do it on the inside? So um we can definitely learn together. I have a grow light and everything, but that's something too that I probably need to talk to my doctor about. How does would a grow light affect me? Because I'm supposed to be staying away from UV rays and everything. So I can ask about that, to find out. One that could be one of my questions that I have right down. So I asked my doctor about that. Like marriage, we don't stop talking to our spouse because they know us and said they love us. Every day we live out of a relationship. So even though he knows all, just remember that everyone of your prayers, that every just remember that every one of your prayers. Okay, RJ, that makes perfect sense. It really does. That makes perfect sense. And so, yeah, I I just talk to God throughout the day, every day, all day, and I really appreciate every single one of y'all that's sending up prayers. I told y'all I did an interview earlier today, and even though I express sometimes, because I'm not a person that's good at taking I'm not a person that is good, because I didn't grow up with that. I didn't have people that encouraged me or told me, "Good job, Shauna. Good job." This, and when there's things you don't quite grow up with. Say for instance, like you were a person that didn't grow up getting hugs and kisses and stuff like that from like your family or whatever. Now, if you grow up and you get around a person that always gives you hugs and kisses, that can be very, very uncomfortable, if that makes sense, what I'm saying. So you'll hear me say that sometimes the encouragement that I get is a little overwhelming for me, because I've never had that in my life before. So it kind of makes me feel like, like that icky feeling on inside or something like that. It can make me feel that way, and I just have to be as honest with y'all as I can. Does that mean that I want you all to stop praying for me? Does that mean I want you all to stop encouraging me? Absolutely not, because probably the moment that it stops will be the time that I need you all to encourage me, and vice versa. Same way. It's like, yeah, I just don't want you all to think that I'm not appreciative of those things. It's just, this is a different thing for me. It's not something that I'm used to getting. So but I'm trying to get to this. Is definitely taking me through some new things in life. So, and one day I'm gonna embrace it. I sure am. My prayers matter. Okay. I just asked the Google. I just asked the Google doctor. Just stay away from the grow light. Okay then. So you see what I'm talking. You see what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna ask my doctor about it. And I think for me too. I think for everybody, it's like if you put it in, if you doing a grow light situation, I think it's okay for a certain amount of times or whatever. But like if you do it, it's like let it be in like a closed off room or something like that that you can go into. You can actually close the vent in that room so that it don't really get a lot of air conditioning, because like the warm room or whatever like that, even if like you got a little storage shed or something that's on the outside, that you can put it in that area where it'll be warmer in there or whatever, all kinds of things. We gonna learn together as we grow. That's what we'll do. Tashanna, as soon as you're ready, I will start the nurturing program. That topic is discussed and may help you through that. Okay then. Okay, just let me get through. We gonna know a little bit more by, I think, by Monday, because if my first chemo is on Friday, then I think by Monday I'm gonna know what how at least a little bit about how it's gonna affect me. So we'll see from that, because there's some other classes that I actually wanted to join, but I don't want to join anything and then feel like somebody need to give something extra to me because I'm going through what I'm going through. If I'm in it, I want to be in it, and I don't need the extra the extra stuff. I've been a hustler my whole life to make sure I had everything I need to have. Hell, I done been a person. I had 3 jobs at the same time and juggling them like a big dog. One job, I was going in the bathroom, get my jacket and fold it up and put it on the back of the toilet stool and turn around backwards on the toilet stool, sit there and go to sleep because the stove was closed and it was just opening up, so the bathrooms was clean and everything. I'm just telling you what I did back in the day to make things straight for me and my kids. I done I done had to do what I had to do. So, I'm not used to nobody giving me no extra pity on, what it is that I need to do. I just know how to I've always known how to get out there and get it. My life ain't been the easiest. So, but just as sure as I find out like what's happening with it, then we gonna get that. I'll be glad to go into that. Yes, Satan uses those things to isolate us and keep us from healing. Makes total sense. Take your time. All right, RJ, just keep on remembering that, because I just thought about like sometimes my frustration can go up so high and stuff. Sometimes I'm human. As inspiring or as nice as y'all see me be and everything, I have times when I'm telling you I'm going to fall short. I won't say some of the nicest things that come out of my mouth when I get frustrated and stuff, but I also too in those times I know how to come back and I know how to apologize and explain that where I am in that time. So y'all just know that I'm in a I'm in a battle, and I'm fighting for my life right now. And you know, y'all say we gonna make it through. We gonna make it. Right now, I believe. I think I believe y'all more than I believe that. But too, a part of this right here for me is I keep saying to y'all right now. I don't fear the possibly dying from this or anything. I don't fear that. The thing that I fear right now is the most is me, somebody having to take care of me, because I never had that before. Even when I was a little kid, I felt like I didn't have it. So, sorry about that, you all. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. But that's something that I haven't really had like in my life. So, you know, um, I got to work through that. So, and you know what? If you're willing, I can do it with you one on one. I know that you will benefit from it. I see so many things that will be great tools for you. Okay. All right, Gamma. I hear you. we will chat. Well, so you already know if you set something up over there, you know, we'll talk. I know we will. We gonna make it so it's like, okay, LMY. We are definitely gonna make it. I don't have a doubt. All right, Gam. You don't ever need to perform. Appreciate the heads up, but I actually sign on every night to pray over you and to be a support and to be available. All right. I really appreciate that. I really do, RJ. And I thank you, and as I always say, tenfold to you all. And you all by now know what that means. Whatever you asking God for me, I ask him to give it back to you 10 times. 10 times what you ask him for me. Meaning that we'll never go empty praying for one another over here, because it'll be a constant give and take, a give and take, which means we will stay balanced over here at all times if that's how we rolling. So I ask him to give it back to you tenfold in his son's Jesus name. Amen. But you all, okay, I have to be up about 6:30 in the morning. Oh, thank you, Gamma. That was so cute too. That was cute. I have to be up about 7 in the morning, but y'all already know I'm gonna bring y'all right along with me of what tomorrow's process is going to be like. Um, and then we'll get back. I'll get back to y'all. I hope you all have an amazing night and the most wonderful sleep, because I think I'm gonna get some good sleep in. Y'all hear how that rain hitting that rooftop and stuff like that? I think it's gonna be a nice sleep tonight. Um, when you need to talk about the tough stuff, I'm up for it. All right, then. I really appreciate that. I'll catch the replay. Hey, get your mama, Marjorie. Hi, hi. I'll be there with you. Try and rest. Thank y'all so much. I love you folks over here. I really, really do. And I appreciate every single one of you all. Even if I act up or some one time, y'all remember that I said this to y'all. Because I just know there's going to be some time where I get frustrated, and I'll come back down to earth. I'll come back down to earth, and I promise you know we just gonna be real all the way through. That's what we gonna do. That's all I can promise you. Whatever I'm feeling, I'm gonna let y'all know that I feel it, and um we gonna make it together. That's what we gonna do. But again, y'all have an amazing night, and I will talk to y'all in the morning on the way. Again, thank you so much for that, Gamma. Thank you. See y'all tomorrow, and don't forget to grow. Y'all know we the high class gardeners over here. I don't have to tell y'all. Let's get growing. And again, anybody interested in growing something, let me know what that thing is that you're interested in growing. We can learn and grow it together. Hey, she cooks. Hey, chef. But I will see you all in the morning, bright and early. Y'all have a good night.